Welcome back, everyone, to round 2 of the United States Women's Disc Golf Championship. This is the final PDJ major of the year, and we got coverage brought to you by JomezPro and their Patreon, so shout out. This is pretty exciting. We're playing Hawk Hollow today, and I'm excited to talk about it. My name is Paige Pierce.
And I'm Zoe Andyke, coming at you from Hawk Hollow. This is a course everybody's looking forward to checking out. Up first, we have Paige Pierce. She's currently at 5 down, 89% circle 1 putts. That's a great stat. Up second, we have Sarah Hokom. She's currently at 4 under. Circle 1 putts is also looking really good, 86%. Out of Estonia, we have Kristin Tattar, 4 down, so tied with Sarah Hokom for the second position, 88%. And then to round out our lead card, we have Michelle Frazer at 3 down, just 1 stroke back, in 4th place. Fairway hit 78% is looking solid.
Yeah, and Michelle's a new face to this Jomez card. It's going to be exciting to watch.
Hole 1, we're starting off with a par 4. It's 804 feet. And as we can see from the flyover cam, we've got a lot of downhill and then out of bounds creek to separate, kind of making like an island green. There is a drop zone in case you happen to find yourself in the out of bounds.
First to tee from Plano, Texas.
And the designer of the course here,
Paige Pierce.
Announcing us so strong, we've got Paige Pierce first on the box.
So, like you said, severe downhill. I decided to club down and go with a felon here just to not even jeopardize going OB deep. There's so much room to work with, so just making sure you're safe is primary objective, I would say, on this first tee.
I agree, and I
from
think we all suffered the wind, and it's good that you chose a more overstable disc there, so you planned on the safe hyzer out. Let's see what Hokom does with her sidearm here. There was an incredible amount of headwind, too. I mean, it was kind of swirling.
Yeah, and look at this angle she puts on it. Super powerful, nice and flat, and lets the disc hyzer on its own. This is a great release. Starting out with a big gallery behind us, too, so the nerves are high.
From Estonia, Kristin Tattar.
And Kristin, a well-known power thrower. Exciting to see her rip on this first one with her defender.
Gets that nice little bit of flip up, completely stabling out, putting her in a great position.
And from Morrisville, Pennsylvania, Michelle Frazer.
Michelle, it's funny to be on a lead card at a major with her, and I've been playing with her since 2008. We played amateur worlds together, and we tied for second place. And it's cool to see her back on a Jomez card, and just how far we've both come in the sport, and
continue to stick with it.
Yeah.
Another cool thing about Michelle too, as you can see from her printing on her shirt, she is throwing Millennium and has been sponsored by Millennium Discs for quite some time now.
Yep, she's throwing Quasars quite a bit. The drive and the upshot were both with those. Long distance driver for her. Sarah relies on this trace quite a bit. This orange disc you're seeing fly through the air, get used to that one. That is her go-to.
So, yeah, very good trust, great execution. Both of those 2 upshots are perfectly in the fairway.
Kristin now a tiny bit too far to the left, so she's going to have a pinched off upshot. She's going to have to throw this severely hyzer, and that was as far as she could have got it clean.
That was an excellent shot from being as far left as she was. Definitely.
And I was kind of in a similar position to her, and I figured the only way to get it close to the basket was this anhyzer over the top.
Excellent angle you put on that. Way high up in the air. Those trees are, they're probably cresting 200 feet tall, 150 feet. It was amazing.
Michelle left with about a 250-foot approach. Leaves it a little bit short, just outside the circle. But, we'll see what her putt looks like. I'm curious to see.
Paige getting all the way up to, it looks like circle 2 or circle 2's edge there. Keeping it in bounds. And I'm not sure if you guys can tell, but it's flagged behind the basket. There is OB deep. way inside the circle. I believe it's cutting it in half, the landing zone, up probably even less than half. If you go deep of this basket, you are definitely going out of bounds. Very safe bid there by Kristin Tattar underneath the basket for the stress-free par. Michelle putting it up in the air, giving it a chance. Again, though, a safe bid. You can see these players have studied the course. They understand the consequences. Nice par there to start the round for Paige Pierce.
Yeah, and let's talk about the temperature for a minute. Today was blistering hot.
Man, I think everyone out there was just kind of striving to get to some shade. And really, Hawk Hollow, even though it looks like there's quite a bit of woods on a lot of these holes, there really wasn't a lot of time to stand in any shade. You know, everybody out there is just sweating.
Yeah, but already on hole 1, we were dripping sweat.
And bringing it to hole 2, this is a tricky par 3, 291 feet. As you can see, there's OB Creek lining the whole left side of the fairway. And the fairway isn't even that wide. The flyover cam is definitely flying through the path that is intended for a righty backhanded thrower. This is an Anheuser shot, whether you're choosing a putter, fairway driver, or even a mid-range. Paige right here looks like you're throwing your Marshall.
Yes.
Giving it some good angle to continue to sail right. Perfectly hitting the fairway and, parking it underneath the basket. Yeah.
That's one of my better ones. Just trusting that gap and trusting an understable disc to finish to the right. Hokom here with her relay, opting for the sidearm, so she's not going to want that flippy of a disc, but honestly still chooses one.
Yeah.
And I love this about her game. She throws with severe hyzer and flips it up to flat and watches it ride, and it's so beautiful.
Kristin also opting for the sidearm, getting a actually friendly kick back into the fairway. That tree right there is the one guardian tree, and you know, whether it's karma or just bad luck, it was going to redirect you severe right or left. Many players finding that OB kick.
And this is Michelle's Orion LF. She gets herself just outside circle 2 and hits the gap beautifully.
Another sidearm for Kristin. Unfortunately, finding a tree. I believe that's in circle 2 or outside of circle 2. You can see the markers. She gives it a full bid.
Ooh,
and
nice and committed.
Yep, and landing safely. She'll be able to clean up that bogey. And, you know, a fair bid for the 2 there, but stress-free par for Michelle. Hokom in her rhythm and routine, looking to cash in, and she does for that birdie on hole 2. It's a good feeling going par birdie to start your second round at the United States Women's Disc Golf Championships. We like it. Kristin cleaning up for bogey. And Paige has got, I'd say, about a 10-foot putt here. Making it look easy, and a comfortable start as well for going par birdie.
Yeah, this is a good one to get because if you miss your line by just a couple inches, you could find yourself in that OB Creek and be looking at an instant bogey.
Here we are on hole 3. It's a par 4, 470 feet. If the player actually had a chance to practice this, they would know to break down the shot, whether they were laying up just before the drop zone or going all the way over, just trying to make it past the 2 trees I called the uprights. A lot of the females are attacking. However, I played with Holly Finley yesterday, and she executed a well-played upshot just to the drop zone. Paige, unfortunately, getting taken down right there, but can definitely clean up. Hokom's going all the way over with her sidearm and landing safely. That's where you want to be, in front of those trees.
Yeah, a little late release, but she punches through and finds herself on the basket side. Michelle now with her Quasar again.
Also going all the way over, getting a little tree kick.
Oh, and she finds out of bounds in the creek with that little bit of tree hit, took some speed off.
And Kristin also going over. She is the queen of hyzer flips, takes a little kiss off that tree and lands beautifully.
Already a great drive, and that tree just helped her out even more so, putting her in prime position to attack this green on the second shot.
Oh, And just finding that tree and, a bad kick, but however, staying in bounds.
Yeah, I was happy about that. Michelle's having to go to drop zone with the out of bounds, and she is finding herself a little bit too wide. She's going to be stopped by that bush about 80 feet short on the right.
And needing that flex sidearm, giving it quite a bit of spin. That looked like you threw a defender, so you needed all the power you could to get up there.
Yeah, just a little bit early out of the hand, and I'll be right over there by Michelle.
Beautiful upshot by Hokom, leaving a stress-free
Wow.
tree there. That is exactly how you want to play it. Textbook. Great job, Sarah.
Tap in birdies are pretty nice.
Everybody wants those.
I don't mind those. Kristin now with the rare run up. If you watched yesterday, we saw her throw a lot of standstill sidearms, and I was interested to see her run up on that one, and it kind of came out a little bit nose up, so she's going to have a tester up there for the birdie.
Oh, and unfortunately, Michelle just hits that branch right in front of her, getting redirected outside of circle 2 there. A lot of wrist action, anglage put on that for the Anheuser, and putting you well inside the circle, Paige. It's going to give you a good chance for an up and down on this hole. And let's see if Michelle can get herself to the basket. Yes, we'll call that a tap-in.
Yeah, she was kind of back and forth between what shot to throw out of that bush, and she told herself, that was silly. I shouldn't have done that. And
pure confidence on that
Yes.
putt. Kristin cashing in the birdie. That's great. A lot of these par 4s are designed just to test your skills of placement and execution.
Yeah,
Well done.
and a great bounce back after that bogey on hole 2. Picking up the birdie here on hole 3, putting her back in good position, especially after I card a bogey.
And Michelle, unfortunately, walking away with a double bogey, but you can see her smile. She is ready for the next hole. She's accepting it and moving on. Hokom with a tap-in birdie. Yeah, love the way she plays that hole. Moving on to hole 4. It is a par 3, and as you can see, it's an extreme uphill. I would guess the elevation gain is well over 30 feet, and most of the righty backhanded players are opting for the hyzer to get in there. A lot of females have the distance to drive this and kind of want to get that birdie. And Hokom is still throwing her sidearm, just giving it that hyzer angle. Airing out just outside of, I believe she's in actually circle 2.
Yes, she is. She's going to be on the right side, though, so she's going to have a look at it, but it's not going to be very easy from there.
Now coming in just a little bit early, as you can see, getting clipped down by the tree, but just outside of the circle there. Still a chance to cash in on a birdie for Kristin.
Pretty severe downhill putt from there, so we'll see if she decides to run it or lay it up.
Looks like the felon is just coming in at that smash angle. You almost got an ace there, Paige. That was a great shot.
I did not realize.
It'd be hard to tell.
How close that
wouldn't be able
came.
to see that. Yeah.
Yeah, this one is blind, so it does add that element of, just trust. And you have to have practiced this hole and know what disc on what power percentage. Michelle coming up just a little bit short, didn't quite crest that hill. She's going to be outside the circle.
And Sarah giving it a strong bid, and looks like she will have a stress-free par. For the birdie, giving it plenty of height, and it's a safe landing. She will be able to clean up for the 3. 38 feet. So, yeah, just outside of the circle, Kristin's running this and cashing in the birdie so confidently. Not even a step through there.
No fear.
Gotta love that.
No hesitation, just chains. Look at that. And if she misses that, she's going to find herself 30 feet deep looking back at the gallery. Amazing putt.
Cleaning up the par there for Michelle.
And once again, we want to shout out to all the JomezPro Patreon supporters, all 2,117 of you. This is incredible. Look at how much disc golf's growing, and this is thanks to you guys and the reason this coverage is possible.
I mean, look at how we just got to see that tap-in birdie. It's made possible by these Patreons. Thank you so much. Now we're moving on to hole 5, par 3. It's only 240 feet. Every female in this field can certainly drive to or past the basket. But look at this death green. It is a complete drop-off after that nice pile-up mound of rocks that the basket sits on. So you have to actually plan a slower speed disc that will hopefully land just to the right, left, or before the basket. Going deep makes a severe uphill putt.
Ooh, little late release there from Kristin. She finds a right side tree and kicks down to the left a little bit. She's going to be just outside the circle looking down at it. Again, a putt that we may not see her run at because it's a death putt.
Paige going just a little deep of the basket will have that uphill putt that we were talking about. And Hokom flexing that sidearm just around the guardian trees, going a little deep, looking at the same kind of uphill putt angle.
Michelle here with a classic rock. Nice Anheuser release here, but also finding the right side. She doesn't get the same kick Kristin does, so she's going to be hindered, and I guarantee we're going to see a layup. There's no reason to run at this putt. Actually, it doesn't even look like she has a putt.
Yeah, well, and don't confuse yourself. The layup is not an easy shot to execute. This green is tiny and fast.
Actually, Hokom and I might have the easier putt because there's nothing that can go wrong as long as we give it enough height and get it to the basket.
And giving it a solid run, landing safely. Kristin looks like she's lining this up.
Wow, look at how much taller than the basket she is right now.
Full confidence, full commitment. I love seeing that 2-carded.
Amazing.
Kristin,
and that's a turkey.
Oh, man, that is just beautiful. That's when a player really trusts and knows her game.
You know, and with that, now it's a 3-way tie at the top at 6 under par. And we're headed into some more holes that can generate some birdies. And we'll see if Kristin can keep this turkey alive. What's it if you get 4 in a row?
That's a fat turkey.
A
really,
fat turkey,
It's
okay.
just kind of like a Thanksgiving turkey
All
that
right,
you want.
we'll see if Kristin can get one of those.
Oh, hole 6 is super fun. There's an extreme downhill. It's a par 3. We have, it says 298 feet. Doesn't feel like that. I think most players are throwing a putter, a very slow speed disc, if not. And it's really about landing it on the green and not going deep. As you can see, there's out of bounds behind the basket. So as long as you're landing your shot, you're giving yourself a birdie bid.
Yeah, and I love Kristin's play on this hole. She goes the pro gap on the right side on a hyzer to take the OB out of play. When the disc is finishing hyzer, it's not going to go in that creek deep. And I really love that her commitment to the smaller gap, knowing that she's throwing away from OB.
It looks like Hokom just let go of that a little early, unfortunately, with a little bit of extra power, finding herself in the out-of-bounds creek.
I'm going straight gap. I know the right side's better, but I think if I just throw it low enough, I'll be parked, but I don't quite get it low enough, and I'm going to sail over the basket. Almost looking like an ace run there.
Michelle trying to keep it closer and work that left to right. And, I'm not sure if the branches helped her or not because she had the good height. But let's see what she can do with this 45-footer.
Ooh.
Giving it a really good bid.
Came out of her hand nice and clean, lots of spin for that push putt, and just not quite enough power.
Oh, drawing chains to save the 3, but looking like Hokom will be doing the stress-free bogey tap-in. Paige, saving par. There's a lot of people out there that I've heard. One of my favorite scores after going out of bounds, it should be, is carding the par. So great job there.
Yeah, and that's a huge part of the mental game as well. Oh, fat turkey. There we go.
We got
she
a
got
fat
it.
Thanksgiving turkey for Tater.
But that's a huge mental game thing too, where if you go OB, just don't panic because you do have a chance to save par still. And I think if you start to panic,
it's going to take away that confidence.
Absolutely.
We're moving on to hole 7 here. It is a par 4, all of 660 feet. Huge, wide open, sweltering hot field. I mean, I know standing at this tee box, my card probably lost all the water they had drank just sweating. It's so hot out there. But really on this shot, everybody's just looking for the big, huge distance boom. You wouldn't want to land too far left to pinch yourself off. But let's see what these ladies can do. Kristin with her defender here.
And there's no real OB to speak of, so we can really let one rip here, and you're going to see distance shots. This is Kristin's forte right here. This hyzer flip, full power, gets it to get the full S flight, and it's just maximizing her full distance. For me, I'm kind of releasing it more on an anhyzer with an overstable defender and letting it glide out, but I don't give it enough time in the air to get its full S. So I'm going to be a little shorter than I wanted, but, this is a pretty manageable hole to get the birdie on.
Again, big wide open, and you aired on the side of the right side so you could see the basket.
Exactly.
And Michelle landing just center cut fairway. No problem there.
Yeah, I think the real important throw is that second throw into the green because there is OB deep. And it's just more about, the distance control.
And for her sidearm, this is, full trust. She's launching it at the tree line with a stable disc that she trusts to hyzer back into the fairway.
Yeah, that's
Great
her
shot.
trace.
And hoping to get into the circle with this shot. She gets a full flight, but she's coming up a little short of circle 2 there. Still has a look at the basket. This is a par 4. She's playing it smart, playing her game.
Yeah, and she's not a distance thrower, and she's okay with that. She's not trying to throw it too hard. She found herself on lead card for a reason, so I love that she's sticking to her game and not trying to match the distance of us. And just continuing to play her game, throwing it nice and controlled. Hokom gets up there inside the circle for a look.
Kristin with pure hyzer here to attack the basket. And inside of the circle, giving herself a chance.
I like how you said a pure hyzer because that was her pure.
Oh, wow. Which is even more impressive, really.
And this is my Marshall from about 225.
And looking like you've got a birdie putt there. Looking like Michelle lining up the upshot, stress-free par is her game plan here, and she executes. Great job. For the birdie, Hokom.
Oh, and look at how high that putter went.
We love to see that. And that's Hokom's actual putt.
No,
she's
I know,
always putting it up
totally.
in the air, little nose down.
It's so difficult. That is so impressive.
Oh, no, you didn't do that to her putter. You thought about it. You just weren't good to her.
Oh, she got the NoMez. We kind of knew that was going to happen. Look at how slowly it teeter-totters on the cage. It was in the basket.
Never like to see that.
Never want to see a NoMez, but it does make for some good views.
And nice birdie there, Paige.
Comment below if you guys think that one should have stayed in the basket. I think it should have. I told her to write down a 3 on the card.
And again for the par. And she cards it. A little bit high there, but still smiling and stoked to take the par.
Yeah, look at that smile.
I just love this card, too. The energy is so good. Everybody's encouraging each other, and there's a lot of smiles. We are playing a game of disc golf, and play is for fun. Hole 8. I mean, look at this fairway. There's out of bounds left, out of bounds right. With a barbed wire fence that actually in the rules for this tournament states we want every player to be safe, take 2 meters from that barbed wire fence. And hopefully you don't find it. You can find yourself going up the hill. There's quite a bit of elevation to get to the green on this basket, and it's quite protected by the trees. This is a tough hole.
Yeah, and we talked about this one for a while. Is it a sidearm hole? Is it a backhand hole? Which one is it? I opt for the backhand here with my putter, just trying to get that soft fade over to the right, but not quite enough. I'm going to have a hindered look, but Sarah was saying it's definitely a sidearm hole. I'm grabbing my relay. And this is her flippy fairway. She wants it to push forward instead of having a hyzer, a hyzer sidearm that kind of finishes towards the creek. She said that, that's not the play. Just go straight with a sidearm.
I agree with that. I was throwing understable, but as straight as possible. Now, as you guys can see from the last couple of shots, we have a spotter with one flag only, and they'll hold it up if it is inbounds, down if it is out of bounds. So don't let that flag confuse you. Oh, sweet double kick there, and the flag raised for the inbounds play. That was hard for a lot of the players to get used to, seeing the flag raised for inbound shots.
Hokom.
The turnover, yes.
Oh, I love that
hill.
shot. I love that. Soft Annie with a lot of spin, just letting it glide over to the left. She's going to be a little deep of the basket looking back at it.
And this looked like a pretty aggressive, powerful shot just to get up there, leaving herself just out of the circle there, but I believe we'll have a putt. Kristin with her second shot.
Ooh, severe hyzer release there, as tight as she could get it, and look at her
Excellent
within
shot.
10 feet for the easy birdie.
Sidearm here with a putter. Difficult shot. Takes a lot of touch.
Oh, last tree, and I kick short left just outside the circle.
Just outside. I was going to say, how far were you there? Okay, so looking at like 35 feet here. Giving it a decent run, but stress-free par again for Michelle Frazer.
Go in.
Paige, unbelievable. I love this. You're outside of the circle. You're still maintaining stance. It's uphill. You gave it enough and cashed in for that birdie.
Yeah, that was one with really weird footing, so I was super stoked to watch that one go in. It was all leg, and that one felt good. Hokom now super obstructed, having to go severe anhyzer, but it brings that branch into play with that high dropping putt, and she just barely misses, and will settle for a par.
Nice birdie there for Kristin. And a tap in looks like here, a little bit of terrible footing, but close enough that she's just going to give it that little turbo spin. We're loving it. And I'm actually playing on the card with Katrina Allen, and we're on hole 8 at this point. She's on her second birdie in a row and feeling solid in her game, looking to make a run up at the leaderboard. As you can see, we have Kristin and Paige tied at 8 down. Hokom.
Yeah, she's at 6 under. Becky Harris, which is a local, is 5 under, as is Jessica Weiss. And Vanessa and Paige Pierce are moving up on the leaderboard at 3 under and 2 under, respectively. Scores are still tight, and there's a lot of birdie holes to come, so I'm excited to see this.
Oh, man. Hole number 9. This is a great way to round out the first half because it's kind of a birdie or die if you can get through. It's only 228 feet, all downhill. There is out of bounds deep, so the player has to trust, again, a slower speed disc.
Yeah, this one is so easy that it's hard.
Yeah. And that's what happens to a player's brain is like, oh, this is easy. I got to get it. But you have to maintain the intensity, ideal level of intensity. Nothing's too easy. Take it serious. Looks like you took it pretty serious. You're in the circle there.
Yeah, and that was a pretty good tree kick. I mean, I still would have been inbounds, but it went from potentially being a 28-footer to about a 15-footer. So I was super excited with that tree.
Flipping up her pure. Kristin landing just short outside of the circle, kind of behind that tree, but looks like she'll have a straddle putt.
Yeah, and she kind of likes those anyway.
Yeah.
We see her go to straddle a lot, and I don't see her missing by much if she does.
Great shot, the flip up sidearm by Sarah. Let's look at this follow flight.
I love this
Her
shot.
plow.
Oh, yes. Skidding up there. Beautiful.
Yes, Sarah.
Who can make a sidearm fly like that?
Sarah Hokom.
Exactly.
And also peering her line, landing her slower speed disc, giving herself a putt inside the circle. Good job, Michelle.
That was a well-hit gap. Just right in the center, never deviated horizontally. Kristin now.
The death putt.
Oh, my goodness.
Missing high, though, gave it full confidence bid.
Yeah, good confident bid. I like her body language.
Yeah, Michelle cashing in the 2. She's super excited about that. Little fist pump.
Yeah, what a way to finish out the front 9. She's got her mama watching in the gallery, and, lots of cheers coming in for Michelle.
A lot of support, a lot of claps there for Sarah's birdie. And cashing in the 2 as well. Paige Pierce at 9 down now. And tap in par there for Kristin. So Paige has taken a 1-stroke lead. We've got the 9, 8, 7 under for our lead card ladies.
We got some long open holes coming up on the back 9. You're going to see lots of crushes, and we'll see if we can keep it strong on the putting green. Once again, shout out to the JomezPro Patreons and the PDJ for this awesome coverage. Make sure you guys subscribe and tune in for the back 9.